Hi, I am Rajni Jacques, the Global Head of Fashion and Beauty Partnerships at Snap. So we are in the age of augmented reality, or AR, and the power of the Snapchat camera is this generation's conversation catalyst. AR on Snapchat is evolving how people shop, engage with art and music, experience fashion and beauty, and so much more. By transforming in real life experiences into immersive digital moments that spark conversation and encourage Snapchatters to see the world in new and interesting ways. Fashion and beauty brands have been harnessing the power of AR through the Snapchat camera for some time now, unlocking a range of new experiences for Snapchatters to engage with products, including the ability to virtually try on anything. I'm talking shoes, sunglasses, makeup, nail polish, and from anywhere. By bringing millions of people the ability to explore products without ever having to set foot in a store, AR is evolving into a true utility that can drive product consideration and purchase, in addition to brand awareness and favorability. AR on Snapchat is where people come to play with the brands that they love and experience or discover new ones. This isn't the future, this is right now. We are already seeing thousands of brands using AR in their campaigns on Snapchat, and we're excited to continue the momentum with our new and existing partners for the Snapchat generation to experience firsthand. Honestly, all of this is pretty cool.